My name's Taylor Kilgore, and I was just interviewed by Keith Andrew. He was an awesome host. I had a lot of fun. He asked really awesome questions, and he does great impressions.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Keith Andrew Network. This is episode 552. I'm here with the talented and beautiful Miss Taylor Kilgore. I just want to say thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
No, the honor's all mine. Now, for people who want to know why we're all dressed up, all this month, the whole month of October, is a Halloween theme. So every guest gets to dress up, dress down, wear makeup, or don't wear makeup. You can dress up, or you can dress casually, you can do whatever the hell you want. But I wanted Oktoberfest, that's what I'm going to call it, Keith Andrew Oktoberfest, to be different. So I can't tell if you hear the storm behind me. I know it's I have that effect on people apparently. Anyway, so basically the whole point of my talk show is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can still amount to something. And at the same time, I'm able to turn myself into an example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities to never give up and prove people wrong. Actually, never give up and prove people wrong. Prove to them that labels do not dictate who you are and who you're going to be. And to prove to them you can still amount to something. So hashtag break the labels. So that being said, half hour, 33 minutes every time. Say anything you want, talk about whatever you like. This is your time. And starting off, how was life growing up? Were you a study nerd, a party animal?
Growing up, well, I moved around quite a bit. I lived in Texas, and it was just like a normal, basically normal. I wasn't really a partier back then, but more now. So, because I live in Las Vegas, so I have the opportunity to do that. I have a lot of hobbies. I do a lot of gaming, acting, modeling, and I'm enjoying myself.
No, absolutely. Now, the first question I was going to ask you is, what did you major in, and what were some of your favorite sports?
So I've majored in acting, theater specifically, I guess I should say film studies. And I did sports for a bit, not very long, but I did track, basketball, volleyball, um, and athletics, that type of thing. I did soccer for a little bit when I was quite a bit younger, but yeah, I did most of the sports.
All right. What about, did you, and a lot of people make fun of me for this because I love this stuff, did you ever get the chance to do one of those human pyramids, or not into the whole human pyramid stuff?
Um, Maybe I think I did cheerleading briefly as well, and I'm sure when I did that, we had a couple of stances of doing that, but not on my free time, I don't think.
Would you ever be interested in doing one, or is not your forte?
It's not. I mean, maybe if I was all the way at the top, because I'm quite small in stature. So me being at the bottom of the pyramid with all those extra people would be a little bit rough. But I guess if I was fooling around with my friends, sure.
I love that stuff. I'm a loser. I always wanted to do one.
I don't know. I think it just sounds like you like to have a good time.
It is. Well, while on the subject, I might as well turn this into a subject because I love it so much. If you had to choose to do one, would you do the normal side by side, or would you do the stack?
I guess the stacking one. I don't know if I know about the one that's side by side.
Well, the side by side, it's basically goes 3, 2, 1, and then the tower ones, just basically you're just going up and up.
Oh, okay. Maybe I would do the 3, 2, 1. That one seems a little bit easier. Yeah, because climbing all the way to the top, if it's just straight up, would be difficult.
That's true. What about how many people would you have help you?
As many that wanted to help. I'm sure there would be some downfall. It's probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 people sounds like a good number.
Not so bad. So that's like a medium one.
Yeah. Not too crazy.
Hey, don't knock it till you try, right?
Yeah.
And the next question I was going to ask you is, you look beautiful, by the way. So that goes into my segue of who influenced you to become a model, and how many years have you been modeling?
Well, it's a funny thing. I actually wasn't influenced by anybody. I thought there's a type of job called brand ambassadoring, and I thought that you had to be a model.
Yes.
So I started reaching out to photographers and working with them and practicing. So it was kind of on my own, like to get a different job. Um, but I guess to say someone that I look up to now is Zendaya. I think she is gorgeous and she wears the best stuff and she's a fantastic model.
Well, personally, I think you can give her a run for her money.
Thank you. And I
Anytime.
think I've been doing it for like it's roughly 2 years now.
Now, the next question I was going to ask you is, what were... I don't know if I asked you what did you major in. I think I did, but I don't remember the answer.
So I majored in film.
Oh, nice. So, okay, so that was that being said, I had a brain fart. So, when you major in film, what were some of your favorite films that you ever did? And did you want to be the main star, leading star? Were you an extra?
Well, I did like the films that I were in, they were outside of school. I did have a lead recently. We did a film called Immortal Wars, and I played one of the leads. I'm not the main lead, but I'm one of the main three characters. So that's been my favorite because I got to do a lot of fight choreography. That was really cool. And then I did another one where I was a horror. It was a horror film called Rust, and it's very similar to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And so basically, I'm like running around the whole time trying to escape this killer, trying to outsmart him with like a close friend. And I played one of the leads in that as well.
Oh, nice. What
Yeah.
about, trying to think off the top of my head, trying to have some fun too, but trying to do it right. So, next question I was going to ask you is, have you ever had a certain role that was too... Yeah, just don't mind me. I live at home, so I get a lot of background noises. So, I was
Hmm.
going to ask you is, what were some of your... actually, I asked you that one. See, that's what happens. I got distracted.
Oh,
Happy.
it's all good.
um, what were some of your roles that you ever had in your life that you said you're perfect for, but at the same time, while you're practicing for the roles, you were being criticized?
Mm, I don't remember being criticized for any roles because I'm still new to the industry. I've only been and I've been in the industry for like 5 or 6 years, so that's still considered new. So I haven't, and I'm not big enough yet to receive that kind of flack. But a lot of my roles, I mean, the one that was written for me in Immortal Wars, that one was pretty difficult. She was difficult, but I felt like we were alike in personalities, so that was really awesome. And then also, I did a feature called Scare Me this past year. And that one, she was very similar because she gets scared kind of easily in certain settings. So I felt like I kind of identified with her as well.
All right. What about, because this is about disabilities, have you ever worked with, besides me, have you ever worked with people with special needs, and are you willing to work with people with special needs?
Well, I'm open to working with people, any people in general, as long as you're a good person. So, if you have a learning disability, of course. Off the top of my head, I think I have. I can't remember this situation because it was like kind of far, like it's been a long time. I believe so. I believe there was a character like that, and they cast someone with a learning disability. So that was really cool.
All right. Now, you also mentioned you're a gamer.
Hmm.
What is your favorite generation? Do you like Nintendo, Sega, Super Nintendo, or do you like the PlayStation, the modern day war that's going on? The PlayStation versus Xbox versus Nintendo.
Well, it's hard for me to choose, but if I had to say, I played pretty much all the systems. I had Nintendo, I've had Xbox, and I've had PlayStation. But currently, I am a PlayStation player, so that is definitely my favorite.
Do you have PlayStation 3 or 4?
I have the four.
Well, let me ask you this. I had a third one. If I add you on mine, will that connect to yours, or you can't talk to anyone who's on the third?
Um, I'm not sure about that. I've never tried that before.
Yeah, one way to
I
find
would
out, right?
I would assume it would work. I mean, or maybe not because it's different systems. I don't know. That's a good question.
It is, and at the same time, it is PlayStation. So as long as you're on the, don't mind me, I'm trying to multitask. As long as
Yeah.
you're on the PlayStation Network, it's pretty much still PlayStation. Either way you look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Yeah,
the
yeah.
next question, I have my book here, so I'm gonna ask you some questions I haven't asked in a while. Let's see. Oh, you're gonna enjoy this one. If you could work with any famous person and any actor or actress, who would it be and why?
Hands down, Nina Dobrev. Didn't even have to think about it. She's my favorite actress. She's from the Vampire Diaries, or like she's been in a bunch of things, but my favorite role is to see her do the multiple roles in Vampire Diaries, and she's just an all around. She's a kind person. I follow her on social media, and you get a little bit of that. You can see a little bit of her personality, and she's so goofy and fun and talented, and so that's why she's my favorite, because she's all of those things all around, and that's kind of the person that I want to be.
No, absolutely. Now, the next one I was gonna ask you is, aren't you still taking acting classes, or how did acting classes come about?
I'm not taking acting classes currently. I do most of my work on set. I'm more of an experienced person in the moment.
Right.
I would be open to taking more workshops because I'm of like college age now. So, and I did some when I was in college, but not currently, no.
What about what roles have you done, and what do you still want to do?
I've done action. I've done horror. I've done a little bit of comedy. Um, a little bit of improv. I think I would like to do a rom com where it's like and a drama. Those two I haven't really done much of. So those two I would like to see how it is. I think I like a little bit of everything, and it's nice just to switch it up from time to time.
No, absolutely. Yeah, that's kind of like with me. Sometimes I just wing it, and there's times where I had a brain fart. That's why I pulled out the book. It's kind of,
Uh-huh.
how about we go back to some questions? Because
Mm-hmm.
I have chemistry with, honestly, I think I'm distracted by your beauty. So I'm pretty much just like starstruck. So you
Aw.
normally I just wing it, but there's other
Uh-huh.
times I'm kind of like, okay, let me ask this one again.
Uh-huh.
So the
Well,
next one
thank
I
you.
was going to ask you is, let's see, have you ever had a conflict with anyone you had to work with before, and how did you get through it?
Yeah, there's times where I've clashed with the director. The best situation is just in that moment not to try to stay calm and then just say that you need a couple of minutes, and that's always worked for me because usually I don't want to be a prima donna on set. There's enough of those, so I just ask the director for a minute so I can cool off, think about it, not be frustrated, because sometimes when you're working, because it's long hours, you get frustrated, and it's nothing personal, so it's nice just to take a step back, take a breather, and then come back to it.
Well, some people would think I'm a diva.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen plenty of those. I don't want to be like that.
What about, I'm looking for a good one. Are you planning on any projects?
Yeah, actually, my really close friend Lindsay, I am actually taking a step behind the camera, and I'll be doing wardrobe for her project at the end of October. And then I will also be doing a small horror with some friends this month. And then I will be doing the third installation, like the third sequel, early January next year for a big sci-fi that I was working on.
Oh, nice. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
And if it's a possibility, may I hook a brother up? You help me, I help you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, the other question I was going to ask you is what motivates you to be an actress and what motivates you to give nothing but 100%?
What motivates me is that I just know it's what I want to do. I just love it so much. I'm very passionate about it. And I don't want to look bad on screen, so I'm always going to give 100% because that's going to look, if I don't give 100%, or usually I give 120%, 150%, it's going to look bad for the director, and then it's going to look bad on me if I'm not giving it my all.
No, absolutely. Now, the next question I was going to ask you, well, actually, let's have some fun with this. Now, I'm not reading off the script. This is me being real. I'm going to ask you a word. You're going to give me a definition, and you can throw one back at me. So
Okay.
when you think of it's called rapid fire. Keep and don't worry. I wish I had special effects. They're all pew 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 rapid fire, but I don't have that yet. I don't even have a budget. But it's called rapid fire. First question is ambition or ambitious. Actually, I think it's the same word, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the
Ambition.
same word, just a different tense.
So when you're ambitious, when you're ambitious, is there anything that can stop you?
No, absolutely not.
How would that word describe you?
It would describe my work ethic on how like I'm actively ambitious and going for roles and going for what I love to do.
All right, your turn.
Okay. And so I just throw the word at you.
Yeah.
Okay. Passionate.
Well, for me, I've been doing this for 5.5 years, and I give nothing but 100%. I mean, okay, I'm not Derek Jeter or A-Rod, and you're not going to constantly hit home run after home run. Some of my interviews are really getting good. Some start off slow, but they get better. And
Yeah.
some of them just plain out suck. But it depends on the chemistry when I have with someone. Like with you, we started slow, but now we're picking up speed. It does with my disability. I'm kind of like almost a Thomas the Train, but he doesn't have social issues. I'm kind of like Casey Jr. I think I can, and halfway you're kind of like, okay, I lost my interest. But and the storm behind me agrees. But it's kind of like saying, if you're passionate about something, don't do it. Because a lot of people say, yeah, I'm passionate about this. And then they're like,
Yeah, they don't follow
what
through.
else is on TV? Or, oh, I didn't know he was on Snapchat or whatever. I don't even use Snapchat. So it's kind of like whatever. But for me, 5.5 years, I could have, give you an example now, I'll throw back at you. I could have gave up after I got 300 and I had to do the show over again. But I wanted to show you this wasn't a fluke, but I want to do this until the day I die. That's how passionate I am. That's how strongly I feel about this. So like I said, I want to do this to the day I'm 6 feet under because that's how passionate I am.
That's good.
But the next word I'm going to ask you would be, let's see. I'm going to ask you one more time, and then you can ask me one more time. You can have fun with this. Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. I guess when the word phenomenal comes up, I think of musicians. Because when you go to a concert, it's kind of like a phenomenal experience. They have this whole lighting show for you, and then you have the whole vibe of the crowd and just all the what do I say? How do I say that? all the work that goes into creating the show and like all the performance, like that's a whole, like it's a phenomenal experience when you go to a concert.
Or what everyone used to say in the 90s, more phenomenal, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Very surfer-esque. Okay. Challenge for your word.
Everything I do is a challenge. Turning myself into an example. Creating the talk show. That was a challenge. Well, I overcame that apparently. Duh. But holding down a job, it's a challenge of mine because I lose interest and I get quite easily. It'll be a title of a book, Challenges. Talking to a beautiful woman without losing my train of thought, that's a challenge. I'm just having fun. It's just, when you have a disability, it's pretty much everything. It feels like a challenge. You hit on the word challenge. It feels like everyone's against you. But it's about, and I've probably got to butcher this, but it's, life is not about how hard you get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's what winning does.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a really good point. Definitely. And I like your positive outlook on it because that's like one of my favorite things to ask people about is like the challenges that they face when we're like having a conversation. Like when I talk to other filmmakers, I'm like, oh, what challenges did you face and how did you overcome those? Because it's always interesting to hear because people have different, like, you know, they go through different stuff or sometimes it's exactly what you go through and you're like, oh my God, that's just like me. Yeah.
Now, the other question, actually, I'm going to save it for after this. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And what's the last 10 minutes left? I'm going to pass it over to you. I can't even speak. I'm going to pass it over to you after a commercial break. But first, I'm going to ask you 2 questions when we come back from our commercial break.
Vanessa Lina. Asian Milo. This is Cynthia Bastinet. I'm Sonia Fisher. This is Shane Smith. My name is Alexandra Bowie. My name is Amelia Clover. Hi, I'm Amy Linden.
Hi, I'm Nicole Brown.
Meg Green.
Hi, my name is Asata Caldwell. Hi, everybody, I'm Brooke.
Hi, I'm Brynberg. Hi, I'm Casey Dunn.
Hi, it's Cassandra Kavinsky.
Hi, I'm Christina Frieza.
I'm Cindy Hogan. I'm Courtney Sinello.
Hi, I'm Daisy.
My name is Deborah Jane East.
Hi, my name is Danielle Marcia.
Hi, everyone, I'm Victoria London.
Hi, I'm Heather Crona.
Hi, I'm Heather Callahan Stevens.
Hi, I'm J. Nicole Ralph.
My name is Jamie Petrell.
My name is Turi.
My name is Julia Brankovich.
Kathleen Wills.
Kimberly Amato.
Hi, my name is Laura Putnam.
Hi, I'm Laura Chapanis.
Hi, everyone, I'm Melissa Damas.
This is Michelle Mupo, a.k.a. Fuchsia.
I'm Rachel Rivera.
Hi, my name is Sarah Joy Mount. Hi, I'm Susan Winder.
Hi, everyone, this is Venus Leone.
Hi, I'm Shozana.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Herrera, and I was just on the Keith Andrew Network. It was tons of fun. We used up all our time and then some. I really recommend this show, and try to be a guest on Keith's show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Keith Andrew Network. I'm here with the talented and beautiful Miss Taylor, and I just want to say thank you for joining us on our very special Halloween edition. You look amazing in your princess/tooth fairy outfit. And I know I'm going for the rocker/prima donna. But I'm still working on it. First I was a pirate, then I thought that was dumb. Then someone thought I was Muslim. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. So now I'm a rock and roll. Are you a WWE fan?
I'm not, unfortunately.
Well, there is a wrestler called Le Miz.
Okay.
And he was obnoxious when he started, but now I'm a big fan of his. So I'm going for the rock and roll Miz look. I know I'm a wannabe.
Gotcha.
But with the last 10 minutes left, I do have a couple questions for you, then I'll pass it over to you. First one is, have you ever thought about doing voiceovers for your line of work? And would you be interested in doing some voiceovers for fun?
Yes, I have. It's not like my ideal like acting job, because it's not like I enjoy film the most. But I am contracted to work on something voiceover related next year. So I'm looking forward to seeing if it's something that I'm going to enjoy doing, which I'm sure I will.
Well, would you be interested in doing some for fun, or you did mention you're under contract, so I guess your hands were tied.
Yeah, well, for that project and stuff, like each project you sign contracts, so it's nothing crazy. Yeah, I think for fun it would be something cool. Like I used to do little characters on Snapchat, so I guess it's kind of similar in a sense.
Well, with that being said, would you like to do a couple, and I can do a couple for you?
A couple of voiceovers.
Well, in presents.
Oh, present. Oh, you're talking about like voice acting?
Yeah.
Oh, that is an area of acting that I am not experienced in. I have not done a lot of accents or anything like that, unfortunately. It's somewhere that I would need to take classes for to improve on because I don't know where to start.
I can teach you if you're interested.
Okay, yeah, go for
You don't
it. Do you
need
want to give me an
classes,
example?
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's like, do you want to give me an example? Do you want to throw one at me?
Sure. It's pretty much, you don't need to take acting. Okay, acting class is great. But, if you watch your favorite cartoon or you just imitate people, like, for an example, I work with a lot of Jamaicans, so I'm like, "Hey man, how you doing today? Today we're doing a great interview, man." One customer got annoyed at me, because I can tell you off the air where I work. Actually, it's good. I work at Walmart, big whoop. So one customer got annoyed at me because I was begging, and I wasn't done. They say keep the cold with the cold and the non-poison with the poison and all that. So I was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy came at me. He's like, "Yo, man, why you putting things in my bag like this? Why you doing things like that?" He was going on, and I stopped and I looked at the woman next to him. And I looked back and went, "Okay," and I continued that. And he went off on me again. "Oh, what is your problem, man? Just give you the." It's like, hey, you want a bag so bad, do it yourself. I'm doing it what they said. Cold with the cold, meat miss the meat. And it's like, man, just give me that shit. I'm like, all right, whatever you want to do, Or you have someone else. See, Jamaicans are pretty easy to imitate. I can imitate. Did you ever see Dark Knight?
I did see Dark Knight.
So you remember how Bane sound?
Oh yeah, with the almost not kind of like Vader, but I gotcha.
I want to imitate for Halloween. I want to ask if I can use the PA system, and they'll be like, "Yes, welcome to Walmart, as you will be the greeter, and I shall be the greeted." And that's what I do, man. I bet you anything.
That would be so awesome. You should definitely do that. That was a really good impression.
Thank you. I bet you anything when Venom comes out, they're going to put Vane's voice to Venom. Even though a lot of people don't like Tom Hardy, but I think he was really good as Bane.
Yeah, no, he did a great job. Speaking of phenomenal, he did a phenomenal job. So.
Let's see. Do you like Yogi Bear?
Yogi Bear? I do like Yogi Bear. I have not watched Yogi Bear since it's been quite a few years.
Can you imitate Yogi Bear for our audience?
What was that?
Can you imitate Yogi Bear?
I cannot.
I have been imitating.
The only impression I can do is Barbie.
Okay, what's Barbie?
Okay. I haven't done this in a while, so hopefully it's not bad. Hi, I'm Barbie. Let's go for a ride.
No, it's perfect. You should do the voice for it.
Yeah. I was like, I know she doesn't really have a TV show anymore, but it was way back when.
It's funny to mention that. I can live it, but I'm getting tongue-tied. Barbie, when I think about it, recently had a TV show. She did a couple of movies. I don't remember what happened to the TV show. Well, would it be pretty interesting if they do a live action TV show of Barbie? Hey,
That would be really interesting.
hey, they're doing one at Dumbo, and I'm looking forward to seeing the pyramid scene. But I know Tim Burton's gonna mess it up because he messes up. Even though I do like Tim Burton, and Beetlejuice was good. It was demented, but it was good. Nightmare Before Christmas was good. It was demented. Batman was good. It was a little demented, but it was good. So I think he's got Dumbo was gonna be good, but demented, like everything else.
Yeah, that's his style.
And the last impression I can do, if you want to hear more.
Of course, yeah, go for it.
I can do. I did my top two. This is my brother's favorite show. I almost said Adventure Time, but he doesn't like that. What was that show? Was Brock Sampson? Adventure Brothers.
Okay, I don't think I've watched it.
You know, I can't. You've seen Family Guy?
I have seen Family Guy.
And you know the one who does Joe?
Oh, yeah.
He does everything. I would love to do an impression of him, but I somehow got to butcher it. I like to call
right in Emperor's New Groove. It's that guy.
Yes.
Is that a different? Okay.
And well, I can do Yogi Berra. I've been doing this since high school. Hey, boo boo, how you do? And
okay, yeah.
and my last one for you is I like to call it my Ray Romano impression, but a lot of people it sounds similar to the Adventure Brothers. It's number 2, but I like referring it to as Ray Romano. So it's kind of like, hey, come on! I just went to the store today. I bought potato chips. They weren't in the house more than an hour, and now it's an empty bag. You can at least pay me back for it.
Yeah, I can see that. That was good.
It's like that scene, I forgot what movie it was, but someone was imitating a lot of people, and he fell on top of Eminem, and the guy repeated, oh, I guess Eminem likes his peanuts with nuts.
Yeah.
I forgot what movie it was, and Ray Romano just says, that wasn't funny. That wasn't funny.
yeah.
Even though it sounds like Kermit. Sorry for that little hiccup. Now it's the last minute and 25 seconds left. I'm going to pass it over to you. Was there anything you wanted to talk about, wrapping up, anything you want to ask me? This is your time after all.
Yeah, so do you feel like you've made an impact on the people that you're trying to, like with the learning disabilities? Do you feel like you've improved and made them more confident, people with learning disabilities more confident?
I'm going to be honest with you. I hope so. I hope I am making an impression in somebody's life. But to be honest, no one has ever walked up to me or even acknowledged my show. Actually, that's not true. I take that back. There were a couple people that I think I interviewed that walked up to me and shook my hand and said, it's very nice to meet you. Hey, how are you? Nice to see you again.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess for me, it was more like friendly. But, no one really said to me, I'm doing a great thing, keep up the good work. I still think I'm a nobody, but it's a work in progress, I guess, for the most part.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would just say I wouldn't take it in a negative light, because you never know. Some people are just really shy, and maybe you did make an impact on multiple people, and they may not have said anything, because some people are scared to approach people, and then also, some people might may not just mention it, because even myself, I've only had a handful of people tell me like they like my stuff. Very small number, and I've been at it for quite a few years, just like you. So I think it just takes time to build that up where people get comfortable to talk to you in that way.
No, absolutely. Now, with that being said, I do have a couple questions for you off the air. But wrapping up our interview segment, how can people follow you on social media? Are you on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn? Is there any websites I didn't mention? And the second part of that is, when I first approached you to be a guest on my talk show, what was your first reaction, and what made you say yes, and how do you feel now? And would you recommend it?
Okay, so social media wise, I am not on Twitter. I'm on Facebook under my name, Taylor Kilgore, and I am on Instagram under Taylor with 2 R's and then Ashley, spelled Leigh, like it's a different spelling of Ashley. I also have my own website. If you look up Wix.com, actress Tay Ash K, I'm there too. It's got a bunch of my modeling stuff. And then as far as when you approached me for the interview, I was very flattered and excited because I don't get asked very often. This is probably the second time I was asked, and I was really excited, and I really liked the message that you were trying to convey, like when you explained it to me, like what you were trying to do and why you interview people. Like I like that. I like people who love what they do. And talking to them, and so I was excited to be on the show, and especially too because you said I could dress up because of Halloween. I'm an actor; I love dressing up, so any opportunity to do that, and also to talk about what I do and what I like is always a pleasure.
No, absolutely. And would you recommend it for people out there?
Oh yeah, I like being interviewed. Is that what?
We're checking it out, being interviewed, everything, supporting it.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely, like, you're an artist in that form, so definitely recommend supporting the show. It's a really good idea. I haven't heard of any other shows like that before, too, so it's very unique, and it's nice. It's giving a different perspective and confidence, and it's for all the right reasons, so I definitely recommend it.
No, absolutely. Now, I do have a couple questions for you off the air, but right now, though, it's a real honor and privilege having you as a guest, and I'm looking forward to part 2 down the road.
All right. Thank you so much. I was honored to be here.